Hello there, Crafty Doer. Jessica Michaels here from the Crafty Doings Mixed Media Paper Crafts, bringing you a mixed media background for a scrapbook layout using the 2025 March Spring Blooms revamped mixed media kit from the Crafty Maven Getaway. So grab a comfy chair, grab all your crafty things, and let's get into the crafty doings. Okay, so from the kit, I am going to pull out this heavy body acrylic paint in iris and also this mermaid paste. This stencil is from a different kit. I will have it linked in the description box below if you're interested in that. But I want to show you how thick this acrylic paint is. And for my mixed media background and experience, when I look at this heavy body acrylic paint, I think paste. And so what I do with paste often is dilute it with water so I can brush it on. But just putting the brush in there did nothing. It didn't move it around. So I'm grabbing a palette knife and mixing it around just in case there's some liquid at the bottom, but there is not. This heavy body acrylic paint is thick. So I decide I'm going to put it down on my glassworking surface and spritz it a little bit with water until I get a consistency that's going to make it a lot easier to stencil with. And my plan is to stencil this white cardstock completely. So once I get this first half top done, I am going to wipe down any excess heavy body acrylic paint with a paper towel so that when I place it down on the right side of the paper, I won't get any unwanted markings. And I'm going to do the same for the lower bottom half as well. So here is the last portion of the stenciling, and I did only get a couple of areas where it bled. So through the power of editing, I'm going to clean my space up, including washing my stencil off because I am going to use it for this mermaid paste. Now this mermaid paste, I cannot capture just the shimmer and the holographic effect that it has on camera, but it is beautiful. And so I'm thinking I want to add this paste right on top of the iris all over. So I'm going to follow the exact same process as I did when I stenciled the iris heavy body acrylic paint using the mermaid paste. Now you'll notice that this paste has bigger flakes of, I want to assume it's holographic paper chopped into like confetti. And so those larger pieces aren't going to fit through the stencil design, and that's okay. I'm noticing that I'm mostly just picking up like the smaller glitter and smaller tiny pieces of holographic paper, if that is what it is. And that's fine. So I'll just have to dig a little bit deeper on the bottom of the jar here to pick the smaller textures up and then just put the larger flakes back into my paste. Oh my goodness, this color combo is to die for because the holographic mermaid paste has some of those purple tones in it. So it's just so lovely on top of the iris heavy body acrylic paint. This striped base paper is from 49 and Market all-in-one kit, like the birthday edition. The pack comes with 2 of each design because on the back of this is blue. So I went ahead and reached out for that, especially because of these purples. And well, between me and you, it was sitting out on my desk. The textured background is kind of heavy, and I'm thinking glue might, I don't know, warp the paper a little bit. So I'm going to go in with some double-sided tape. This specific tape is cherry tape from a cherry on top, and I absolutely love this stuff. So I'm going to do this at an angle, and I'm going to carry that theme out throughout the design. From the kit, I'm going to bring in the paper kit and texture pack. This is full of beautiful textured papers and design, as well as these textured ribbons and fabrics. But I am actually going to start with this vellum paper with gold polka dots. And again, I'm going to adhere it at an angle because I'm going to do that throughout the entire layout. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue on the polka dots just in case. I don't know. I'm always afraid that although these adhesives say they dry on clear, that it may not. I've never really tried it, to be honest with you. But because the background is very textured with the paste and also the heavy body acrylic paint, the vellum is so delicate and thin and light that when I press it down with the glue, you can see the texture coming through the gold polka dots. Now, you see me going back and forth. I like to lay out my designs with anything, whether it's layouts or tags or cards, before I begin the mixed media process, so I can sit on the design for a while, sometimes hours, sometimes days. And for the most part, I'm pretty good at remembering the design layout, but for whatever reason, I couldn't. And I think it's just like the left and right angling of this particular design that was driving me crazy. But these photos are of my little. She turned 7 last year, and purple was the theme. So this kit was perfect for this. Here I am pulling out the fabric, or no, not the fabrics. This is the add-on, the texture add-on, and this kit delivers. Look at this cute teal tassel. And I know it was big when I saw it coming out of the package. Because I scrapbook 8x8, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to use that, but it was so perfect. It's so perfect for this layout. So I'm gonna use a little bit of score tape for this because it's a little bit thicker to adhere to the corner, kind of like a little party banner. It's awesome because it's bringing out, again, all that teal from the mermaid paste, as well as my photos. So once I have that secured pretty well, I'm going to go ahead and use some cherry tape to adhere my photos down to my layout. Because I have so much texture, I prefer the tape. I know that kind of sounds wild, but I just don't want to make a gluey mess. I'm afraid it's just going to spill and then not dry. So I'm just moving quickly here. This kit also comes with, this is the fabric. I'll have everything correctly listed in the description box, so please forgive me while I walk you through my process. But this strip here on the right is the fabric pack, and it is so cute, and I'm desperate to use this purple pattern paper. This title is from one of Vicky Bouton's older collections. I couldn't even tell you what, but I remember I had it, and the gold is perfect because of those bold polka dots on the vellum that comes in the kit. So one way I'm thinking of adding this fabric is to kind of ruffle it up, but I think it's a little too much. It's too heavy up here. So unfortunately, I'm going to set this aside and see if maybe I can use it later, or, you know, maybe it's a big pass. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm thinking I want the title up here. Now I'm going to play a little bit around with the placement of the title I'm sorry. And I decide that I'm going to add some cherry tape on this one, but then I'm going to add some foam tape on the word today, because I have a lot of volume with the tassel. And so I kind of want to even that out here at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and add these foam squares, excuse me, from scrapbook adhesive, so then I can get that done. Okay, so crazy moment here. I kind of hovered over the title up on this top right hand corner for whatever reason, and I think I kind of like that. I am going to contemplate for a minute or two on it, but I'm thinking I really want to put it up here. So I'm going to go ahead and commit and press that down. The problem is now the bottom left hand corner feels a little bit lighter, and so I need to add some sort of either embellishment or I don't know, anything. So I am going to reach for these acrylic white flowers and see what that looks like. This is not in the kit. In fact, this one is from the Whispering Way collection, as well as the buttons that you may or may not see on screen here. The sequin on the bottom with the hearts is in this collection, but it wasn't big enough. I guess there wasn't enough volume. So I don't know. I can't quite figure this out. I'm going to play with the flowers a little bit more and see how it all really feels. But I do know that I really want something down here. Here are the buttons. It has the same kind of colors, but the problem is I don't really feel like a button kind of vibe. And then I had an aha moment, and I look over it off my glassworking surface, and there it is sitting, the stinking fabric that I was dying to use. So I'm going to go ahead and ruffle it up and tuck it behind the photo. Not only this one, but on the side of the horizontal photo as well. And I am just thrilled. Here is the final look to this super fun and kind of glam layout. There is one last thing I end up doing. If you notice that the horizontal picture is kind of warped where I tucked in the fabric. So I am going to take my heat drying tool to kind of melt the cherry tape under it to easily pull it off. And then I'm going to stick some cherry foam tape on top, and that way it is even all across and with the fabric. Thanks so much for watching. I truly do hope that you were inspired today to reach for your mixed media and create on your paper crafts. Follow me, Jessica Michaels, at the Crafty Doings for more mixed media tips, tricks, and inspiration. And if you're thinking about getting this kit, don't forget to use code Jessica10 to receive your discount. Thanks again for watching. Until the next Crafty Doings.